wind screams across the barren tundra. As the heavens rage and twist, threatening death at every moment, to make an impact on the crowd and going unrewarded for all their... What will come of their injuries? What's more, should they survive all of that?
What will they do with the roar? Find out.
Hello and welcome once again to the FwdCompatible podcast. This is episode 81, part 2! You got it right! For August 25th, 2013. My name's Tony and I'm joined, as always, by my fellow podcasters Brian, Mark, and Jason. How? Hello.
The penis has maggots in it.
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna put. Now that you told me that you don't like it, but everybody else likes it, it's going in every week.
I don't think so. You're messing with a good thing here, sir. We're gonna.
That was a little spoiler for you
this-
since you saw Book of Mormon as well.
Yeah. This, of course, is part 2. But in the event you have yet to do so, please do pause the video, click out, or check it out after you see this. To part 1, where we do discuss this week's news as well as answer your burning questions.
Sounds nasty.
But I did it out of order, didn't I? But this is part 2, where we discuss.
How can you just go on after that?
You
have to. He can't talk during it. You got to do it over.
No, I'm not going to. Tony's topic of the week.
High five!
Good. Maybe you can't do it
That's the
then.
favorite part.
Maybe you can't do it then.
No, it's not even about me doing it. That's the best part about Tony's topic of the week.
Even better than the topic.
Yeah, it's the jingle.
That's why people tune in, is for the jingle.
And
And people click out now. See you next week. This week we had Europe's version of E3 happening. That's, of course, Gamescom in Cologne, Germany. So we're going to recap the...
I believe it's colon.
It's Colonoscopy, Germany. So we're going to recap what happened, give our thoughts about the major news that came out of Gamescom this week, and go on from there. That's a 4.
I know.
I suppose we could kick off with Nintendo. Nintendo didn't show up. Final thoughts? Final thoughts on Nintendo?
I don't think Nintendo,
I didn't have a first thought. Where's my first thought?
I don't think Nintendo really has done well in Europe for a while. Have they? Did the Wii sell well in Europe?
Yeah.
Did it? Okay. I mean, I think the
I
DS
think
and
Xbox
the 3DS.
in the last 6 months just overpassed it with sales. Is it Xbox?
Really? Okay. Well,
The
The Wii did phenomenally everywhere.
Yeah.
But Gamescom-wise, final thoughts on Nintendo?
I think it was
Suck
a Pokemon.
my-
Excellent showcase. Okay, let's move on to people who actually showed up. Microsoft. First big headline. They have a new indie development plan that was announced. Basically, if you can prove that you are an indie developer and you're not just in it for the free shit, they're going to provide you with 2 free dev kits, free updates, free so on and so forth. Basically, they listened to the community that was bashing them because of the way they treated indie developers on the 360 and made adjustments. If you do need a 3rd or 4th dev kit, if you're a bigger studio, those you still have to buy. They are only going to provide you with 2 if need be. Any thoughts?
Mark, where's our fucking dev kits? Get on that shit.
Down that shit. In the mail.
Have they
Can't talk about it
said
yet.
how they're going to? Are they just going to throw indies in with everything else, or
Yeah, they actually had said that literally. Like you're talking about like
on the marketplace? or
their
whatever? Yeah.
actual slogan is games. Is it games are games are games are games?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what their slogan is for this.
It's a big push for indies. I think they're just gonna be mixed throughout the store.
My
I
only
mean,
concern is that they wind up like the iOS and Android store, where it's impossible to find anything.
That's
It's
what I was
impossible-
saying last
yeah.
episode. Where what I'm worried about is that it's just going to be a pile of crap, and you'll have to pick through and find what you want. They did say there will be like what's trend. There's a big what's trending tab, and then just like anything has where it's like the editor's choices.
I think they still have to go through an approval process. You're not just gonna get any
Jason,
old,
your penis app isn't coming.
any old.
Yeah, I think it'll be harder to get on than like the iOS App Store.
Anyone can.
Yeah.
Like Android specifically, anyone could just make an app. If you get called out for being a malicious app that's possibly ruined something, you're going to get shut down. But you can have an app of just a guy watching a guy drink a beer. That can be an app on Android if somebody cared enough to do it.
Jason's
and
penis
that's
app.
why it's so flooded with just junk. And a lot of gems get overshadowed because of, like, I was looking for a different podcast player because I'm tired of mine. The latest update,
What do you use?
Finecast.
Have you tried Dogcatcher?
No. I was just... This just happened today. I've been using Finecast for the last couple of years. It's worked great. And recent update screwed it up. It's forced closing, blah, blah, so on and so forth. So I go on the Play Store, and I just type podcast player. Like 180-something results of all just podcast players came up. It's like, are you kidding?
And they,
Why
and they
does
may
this
not even all
store...
be podcast players because they might have put something goofy in their tags and they come up during podcasts.
No, these... I was scrolling down. They're all podcast. But it's just like, why do we need more than 5 of these? Like, why is this a thing?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Someone got bored and made one.
You should check out Dogcatcher. That's what I used to use.
Yeah, Tony's topic of the week where he's looking at phones.
I was having a hard time reading it. That's pretty good. Okay, so another major announcement that came out that was good news for the European friends of ours. Not so good news for us.
America.
Europe included with their Xbox One at no additional cost is going to be a copy of FIFA 14.
Damn it!
Now,
Yeah.
FIFA 14 is ridiculously huge in Europe.
Ridiculously
Yeah.
huge.
And Microsoft ponied up a lot of money to get this done. And it makes it a little bit more of a level playing field now. The PS4 is still technically $40 cheaper, but you're without the camera because if you take the $400 console with the $60 game, you're $460. For $500, you're getting the Xbox One, the Kinect, and the FIFA 14 copy. So they leveled
FIFA
it out.
14 is this year's FIFA, though, right? It's not next
Yeah,
year's.
no,
It's coming out
It's
in the box, launch
It's like
package.
the new
But
version.
it already
It's
came
the-
out this year.
No, it
Like,
hasn't.
for-
No, it's the
September
one that's
20
coming out.
It's okay. So
FIFA
it's-
14
so-
is September 24th, and then this is like the next gen version of it.
Okay.
So,
So it's a good deal then, for
this
sure.
this is a huge deal.
This is a big win.
Now, the reason I said that it's not so good for us is kind of like, what the fuck? Microsoft's
You
an
get killer
American.
instincts.
Now they still may be announcing something.
Yeah.
And a lot of the speculation is since they've worked out a deal with EA,
Mm-hmm.
that maybe we here in the States will all get Madden because American football is far bigger than the rest of the
Right.
world's football in the States.
Right.
So if they work something out like that with North America, I'm a huge football fan. I just don't care about video games of football. I love me some Tecmo
Well, what
Bowl
will suck is that
from
the trade will be worth nothing because everyone's going to have it.
Yeah.
It might be even a digital copy or preloaded.
No, they're going to be digital copies. I don't think they're packing discs.
Yeah, I think-
But just so you can't trade it away immediately. But
Right.
There goes 40 gigs of your memory.
yeah. But I don't.
Madden won't be that big, though, FIFA.
It's been a long time since a game had a decent pack in, not counting Wii Sports because that was a glorified. Look at all the stuff.
Demo.
Look at all this like different features your Wiimote and Nunchuck do.
You couldn't even play 9 innings of
but-
baseball.
But this will be the first full-fledged game to launch with a console since fucking when?
Well, I mean, does Nintendo
Halo?
Land count?
Huh?
Does Nintendo
No,
Land
that's
count?
another glorified demo.
What
It
did
is-
64 launch with?
No, N64 did not come with the game. I
It
remember
came, 2 games launched with it, and neither
Mario
one were a
Galaxy.
packing.
Yeah, neither one's a
Okay,
packing. I
but
remember that.
I
Super
later
Nintendo,
bundled it.
Sega CD. Yeah, Sony and I don't know. Saturn came with the game, I think, but PlayStation did not. I remember it was a big deal because PlayStation was like the first one to not come with the game. I think even 3DO came with something.
So, and Microsoft must have paid an ass load because FIFA, you got to figure they're going to want their money for all
Yeah.
the lost revenue
Yeah,
and sales, which
over
is
$1 million at least.
ridiculously
Especially from Europe.
huge in Europe.
But it's just the day one edition, right? It's not every edition, or is it everything?
I'm assuming it's just probably day 1 edition.
I don't know if they
I think
don't
it's all. I think it's
specified.
launch, so probably a month or 2 worth of Xboxes.
Which is a few million.
You know, my,
copies.
my opinion, they should take their free game, whatever the choice they make, and stick it up their ass and give me a free controller.
There's controllers. Ever since they have such a huge markup on there, I don't think you'll really ever see a 2-controller. Like literally,
I
that's
don't care.
a
I'm
$30,
just saying,
$40 profit
if
because
they
you will
ask
need
me,
one eventually.
do you want a copy of Madden for free, or do you want a controller?
I take a controller.
I take a
controller.
fucking controller.
No, but I just think that's lame. Microsoft's an American company, and like, even if it is day ones have been sold out for weeks. Like, why are you penalizing the people that trusted you from the beginning? Like, me and Jason jumped on it 3 hours after their press conference was over. We already had ours pre-ordered.
Right.
It's like, what about us? Like, that's kind of lame. Maybe I won't like the game, but you could throw something at us. But I don't want to bash them too bad because this just got announced at a European press conference for Europeans. So I will put my trust in Microsoft that something will get announced between now and launch, that we will get a code slipped in for something. I'm at least hoping, because if not, that's severely unfair.
I agree that's severely unfair. I don't know if I've ever heard the words "I'll put my trust in Microsoft" and take them like that.
I
Said no one ever.
Yeah, but it's possible that they'll do that. I'm not gonna say it's not possible because it is. It would.
That's
be a good
really
idea.
that's really
It would be
shitty
really
if they
shitty,
don't.
Yeah.
I agree.
Especially to us, like the Americans are 80% of the market share for Xbox.
Especially the original Xbox was only America.
The 360 was a little bit in Europe and North America.
Oh,
That's
it was nothing in Japan. Yeah, I know that. But in Europe, was it that low?
No, it did well in Europe eventually.
It did okay in Europe, but
yeah,
I'm saying
no, it's
80% of it is here in North America.
yeah,
That's
still
where the
vast
Xbox
majority
sells.
of them is.
So, all right. Fable Legends got announced. Now, for those who are unaware, did not see the trailer, it's basically a 4-person co-op, MMO-ish type.
It's more like Phantasy Star.
Fantasy Star Online.
Fantasy Star.
2.
It was a multiplayer game that would only support 4 players, and you could go through quests. With Fable Legends, though, technically it's 5 players. I don't know if you.
I only saw the 4 characters.
There's 4 characters, but then there's a dungeon master.
What is he the master of?
You're the bad guy, and you can place enemies and storyline elements and control where they go and what they do.
You're not necessarily the bad guy when you're a dungeon master. I mean, that's how some people play. Some people are more interested in the story than killing the player.
Of course, that is going to be something that's smart glass. But regardless,
Sounds like
they-
an already done idea.
they also have said that there will be a single player campaign with the game also.
You lost me at Smart Glass.
Just saying.
You have a tablet. Can't you use Smart Glass on your tablet?
Yeah, but I'm not gonna play. I'm not gonna buy a $500 game
multiplayer.
to point on shit on my fucking tablet. It's just not gonna happen.
No, but it would be kind of cool if we were playing Fable, and
The
I
game-
took mine and started doing it.
My initial thought, it was a total CGI trailer. No gameplay footage got shown yet.
Typical Fable.
Looks really fucking cool, and I haven't said that about Fable in almost a decade.
Well, it revolutionizes everything because it's Molyneux.
It's not Molyneux.
Oh, it's not.
No,
he
he's
left.
gone.
He left
He
Lionhead years ago.
Did he?
About 2 years ago, yeah.
Before Fable Journey.
after Fable
he
Journey
saw
came out.
him. He saw him nosedive.
Between 3 and Journey.
No, but between, I think it was right around the time that other one got launched.
The Heroes, the little castle.
It was
crasher
right around
knockoff.
that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because it was after 3 by some time.
Yeah.
And I am number one. You guys know, you watch the show. I'm a big Fable basher as of late because I enjoyed the series so much when it started, and it's fallen so far in the last 5 years. And this, I'm not saying it's what I wanted. Fable 4 more like Fable 2, but upres them with new quests. But this looks like they're going in the right direction as opposed to where they've been going the last 5 years. So at least they're catching on. I'm sure sales have showed them that when they sold 3 units of Fable fucking Journey and the terrible reviews that and Fable Heroes got. They're like, well, maybe we should go back to what worked.
And the cool thing that I did read about it is this game will incorporate some of the side games that Fable's known for, like the pub games and stuff like that. So that'd be pretty cool to do multiplayer.
And the characters look awesome. Usually I have that one runaway when I see like a game come out with like 4 co-op people, like, hey, pick your class. This guy's the wizard, this guy's the brute, this guy's the witch or whatever, and this whatever.
The ranged character.
Yeah, okay. And I was looking at these and they're all fucking awesome. Like there's like the one suave dude who's like,
I haven't seen the trailer.
oh, you haven't seen it? There's
No,
like,
I just read the little blurb
There's
about
like
it.
there's like the typical like prince who's like super suave and good looking and like he's too cool for everyone, but he's like really good with a
Algo
sword.
Montoya.
Yeah, he's really good with a sword. Then there's like the mysterious witchy queen chick thing who's like dressed all sexily and she can freeze.
Oh,
And then,
it's a day one buy for Tony because she can
and
freeze.
then there's and then I'm
Sub-Zero.
forgetting. Then there's like the big brute with like the big heavy
hammer.
yeah, and he looks really cool, and I can't think of the fourth right now, but they all look excellent. And
Fourth one was probably like a gunslinger or something, knowing Fable.
it was like the mysterious one,
Okay.
like the hidden whatever,
Like a rogue.
Yeah. So to me, it looks cool. I not what I wanted out of Fable, but a lot better than their last 2 iterations.
I'll get it.
I'll probably check it out too. In all honesty.
And I'll get it.
I'll wait for
And
gameplay.
again, even though I know you are completely against the smart glass integration,
Which everyone will do for a year or two.
but with like being able to jumping back to talking about City of Heroes for a second. One thing that they did really cool was you were able to go in and create your own missions and your own things and have your friends run them, but you couldn't alter them real time. This seems really cool because you can alter what's going on in real time. Like, oh hey, they're mowing down these goblins really easily.
Seems
Well,
like
now,
the game-
Now
they-
I'm gonna drop in a troll. You
Seems
know?
like they played the game Dungeon, which came out in 2011, 2012, released in Steam.
If you really
It wasn't
if
good,
you
but-
really want to go there, it's from
Yeah, I know.
1972 called Dungeons and Dragons, sir.
Well, no, I know you can go all the way back for any
Well,
series.
If we're
ever.
going to, let's go
No,
there.
it's just no. I mean, it's almost the exact style with the 4-player co-op, and it sold relatively well in the first few weeks on Steam there. So, but
PC
hey,
game,
you know,
nobody cares.
I'll keep looking for it, but you know, they have to make up for it.
Ryan's investigating something.
I remember that I told you I'd make descriptions for the episodes.
Oh, okay.
So I was
okay.
grabbing some notes for that.
Call of Duty Ghosts is getting dedicated servers.
Oh man, I've only been asking that for so long. I'm gonna be very negative this part 2, I think.
Yeah, I was gonna say welcome to 10 years ago. On
Yeah,
most,
welcome
most
to PC
shooters.
gaming. Thank you very much.
It's not just PC.
Again,
console gaming.
nobody cares about PCs,
It's just Call of
so-
Duty never came
The
out.
PC was way before.
but nobody cares about PC, so it's brand new, relevant, awesome.
It's brand new and relevant
Yeah,
to
sorry,
PCs
sorry we
back
don't
in
play.
the
Sorry we
later
don't play
90s.
baby games, Mark.
Yeah.
Sorry, it was happening in the later 90s.
All right.
Thanks, Call of
but
Duty.
no,
You
this-
caught up to what you
This is
should
good
do.
news, but yeah, they should have been doing this.
Especially for how popular you
Long
are.
time ago.
You have money to spend. Put it on dedicated servers.
Tom Clancy's The Division got a trailer and some gameplay reveal.
And PC.
Looked really,
Nobody cares about PC.
really cool. And then they showed the smart glass portion.
Okay. Yeah, I saw
And
it too.
automatically, I'm like, wow, I can no longer buy this game because I'm not going to support this because I'm voting with my wallet, and I want this to go away immediately.
Smart Glass will be around for at least
6
2
months.
years.
6
I-
months.
I'm
This
saying
is
people are
gonna
gonna
this
keep
is
doing
gonna
it.
be the motion shit in the
Exactly.
DualShock 3
Yeah.
that games like Lair and other games utilized like at launch. 3 games did it. They didn't sell. Everyone hated it, and it got abandoned quickly. And I'm going to make sure that this happens with Smart Glass.
I would, if I had to pick between the two evils of Kinect or Smart
Oh,
Glass.
Smart Glass all the way.
I'm taking Smart
Glass all the way. I never meant that. I want both of these to go away.
just one more than the other.
So I will not support either one of these.
I will not be downloading any of these unless they somehow force you to use it to progress in the game, which might be balls.
Well, what they want it for is the same thing that they were showing at E3, like the possibilities. Imagine with Smart Glass, where one guy's playing,
One guy's
the other
at
guy's
work.
sitting there watching, and then occasionally he'll blow up the map and push here and an airstrike will come in.
Yeah.
Well, see, like when I
This
was
won't be
when I was
Why can't I just call in my own fucking airstrike like Call of Duty's been letting me do for the last 6 years?
Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
Click the right.
I don't know.
See smart
I'm
glass.
really digging what they showed with the smart glass stuff with Watch Dogs, though.
That looks
Being
cool.
able to hack your friends' games and shit.
No,
doing
that's
it.
cool because that's cool. Like griefing.
Well,
way
you,
of
you
doing
can do
it.
that away from the. You don't have to be there while the game is
No,
running.
this is in-game
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah, no.
You can, like, mark
but
targets,
No,
you
like
can-
I could be at work and Andy could be playing
You know,
Watch
yeah,
Dogs.
that kind of stuff I don't mind. Like, if you're away and your console's off, and these games give you a way to come in and do stuff. I've been saying this for years with Gran Turismo. You could go in and tune your car with Forza, maybe. Stuff like that. This second screen experience could be fine. But while the game's running and you have to call someone in to sit next to you and watch you play so you can utilize 15 seconds of them tapping, just to show you can do it when it's easily a button or two away on your own controller to do the exact same thing. It's just wasted tech and processing time.
I could see it being cool with Fable. Like, let's say we're doing couch co-op, right? The four of us are sitting there. You three are playing Fable, and I decide, hey, I want to do the Dungeon
Dungeon
Master
Master,
stuff.
yeah.
I could sit there and totally.
And I would
fuck with
totally
you
I would totally do something
while
like that,
watching
yeah.
you guys play.
Well,
you know?
and it's maybe not the best example, but one thing that was done with this new Super Mario Brothers U is you can use the Wii Pad to help someone else as they're playing.
Yeah.
But you also grief them.
Yeah.
So
That's
you can
what
put
I'm really
blocks in
looking
their
for.
way while they're
I wanna
playing.
fuck with people.
Yeah.
That's a smart glass. If it lets me screw up people's games, I'm all for it. Screwing up people's games.
And I think that sort of element is where a touchscreen would be helpful.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess you could use a Wii remote as well, but
I'd like to see them launch with like a PC app for like exact same thing as what would be for the tablet, but on PC because that would help out for some people who have laptops and
Yeah.
whatever.
Totally.
Also, along with that, if they get it where you're not using it to, because like PlayStation's using it where your friend can potentially jump in and help you through the game,
yes.
but the Division, like you're jumping in for a camera to mark targets.
That's
Why is that
pretty lame.
fun? You get to call in a missile strike if you hold it down for long enough.
Why do I have to yell hike and watch it delay for 3 seconds instead of just...
And Joe Montana look to see that he wants to say hike
stuff
again,
like that, I don't get behind. But like Need for Speed, where you're like the police dispatcher, and like you're directing where you want. Where you're wanting like the roadblocks to be and the spike traps and things like that. Looking at an overall map like that could be kind of cool. Even Battlefield, because like I like Battlefield, I hate playing competitive online with people I don't know. If I can just be the commander and like direct the squads, I would be behind that. That would be kind of fun.
Mag was awesome.
Yeah. And Battlefield 2 was
for me,
awesome for commander mode.
And for stuff like that, though, Battlefield, I did it on the computer, was a lot easier to manage. Mag was a little difficult using the controller and the menus. Using a tablet like that and having just to be able to touch is a lot more simplistic. Anyways, I don't want to get...
And then Microsoft closed out their conference with a list of launch titles, launch day one, not launch Windows. These will be available in stores the day it comes out.
Tony had to find a list, so it's a good thing
But
that
which
I
day
stalled.
we don't know yet.
Ass Creed 4, Battlefield 4, COD Ghosts, Crimson Dragon, Dead Rising 3, FIFA 14, Fighter Within,
Ubisoft.
Fuck is that?
Ubisoft game, Forza 5, Just Dance 14, Killer Instinct, Lego Marvel Superheroes,
Cool.
Loco Psycho, which is the new game from Twisted Pixel, which
Probably
is
be
going to
good.
suck because they ruined that fucking goddamn developer. Where I leave off? Madden 25, NBA 2K14, NBA Live, Need for Speed Rivals, Peggle 2, Power Star Golf. I never even heard of that. They're
It's
making
going to
a
be a
golf
Connect
game.
game
Probably.
from the name.
Rise, Son of War, Skylanders Swap Force, Watch Dogs, Zoo Tycoon, and Zumba Fitness World
I
Party.
need to sleep.
How many titles is that?
It's like
They had 20,
25, I think, something like that.
They had mid-20s.
All right, let's move this show on.
Yeah.
Sony
We all hate
This has
Xbox.
been episode 81, part 2.
All right, we had the Vita price drop, which we talked about. PS3 that we talked about this a couple weeks ago too. We're just gonna zip through a few of these. The 12 gigabyte rumored PS3 for $200 got confirmed and
It's out.
got a release
No,
date.
see,
and,
that's the thing. When I
held
report
it in my
on it,
hand.
it wasn't rumor. I literally was watching it come in when I reported on it like last
I
week.
had it in the store too.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
Are they dropping down like $200?
It's
Yeah.
$199.
Yeah.
That's what it is in Europe. I believe.
You had it in the store because I opened the box.
Gran Turismo 6 and Watch Dogs are getting movies officially sponsored through Sony Columbia, their movie division. They're not going to be big budget movies, I don't think. They'll be kind of those straight to DVD releases, but they're both getting movies.
Watch Dogs I can get behind. I don't know if I can do a Gran Turismo.
Well, they
It's
already
not
made a
gonna be
Watch
about the
Dogs movie.
cars.
It's starring.
It's like following a guy who's in the racing world.
It's a guy who started with Gran Turismo and they made it into a racer.
Uh,
Also, did you
And he
see Gran
uses the power
Turismo
glove 'cause it's
6?
so bad.
Gran Turismo 6 release date, December 6th.
You know.
It's late.
Yeah, it's real late. I'm still gonna
It's
get
Gran
it.
Turismo.
Still gonna get it. Still Gran Turismo. Still fucking the 15th anniversary. I'm still getting it.
Smexy.
it just will never come out of the plastic because I'll be too busy playing Forza.
Damn!
And probably the PS4 and Xbox One. Actually, I don't know if I'm because this is the one title I'm scared about because the guy I can't ever pronounce his name. The guy who created Gran Turismo, Kojimata Yamauchi or whatever.
Bless you.
Yeah, exactly. He already said they're going to port this up to the PS4. Confirmed. So like
I would wait.
Pick it up, don't open it. Pick it up, don't open it.
Why would you want to pick it up anyway?
if it's part of that trade-in program, this might be the one game that I actually.
That's what I'm saying. Pick it up. Don't open it.
So-
Just to be on the safe side. Wait and see what they do.
Grand Theft Auto is confirmed PS3 bundle. Grand Theft
already
Auto
confirmed.
headset. They came out and showcased it. I'm sorry they did it at Gamescom. Yell at the Sony Gamescom press
You
conference.
already announced this 3 or 4 months ago.
I saw the conference with my own eyes.
Yeah, I know.
They spent time on this.
It's been in the GameStop system for months, though.
Well, not everybody works at GameStop, Mark.
I know.
Not everybody
It
can
wasn't
work at the
news.
system.
I'm just in a negative emotion.
I
here.
was the crabby one in part one. Now look at this guy.
I know everything just sucks.
just
from
like,
the game.
fuck
I thought
you!
GameStop was terrible. So keep
The
going.
spirit of Joe is thick in this room.
You are going to every PS4 is going to come with a free 2-week trial period to PlayStation Plus.
Last
Now-
week,
What?
last week he and I quote goes, "If they do anything less than 30 days, it's bullshit."
It is.
It's exactly what Mark
Yeah,
said.
no. I mean, I agree. It's less than what it should be. A new console right now comes with 30 days. Why would the newest console come with 14? Like, yes, this one's coming with like probably the
Why
premium.
isn't somebody like me, who's a loyal fucking subscriber for 2 years plus, get a 3-month bump?
Well, why is it if it's a redemption code, you might get that free time added on to whatever you're currently.
And no, right now, if you
Because with
there's
PlayStation
a
Plus,
promotion that's
yeah.
going on, but this did not get announced at Gamescom. I forget exactly how it is. If you sign up for
It was
another
like right
year,
It's
now
like before.
I think it's now between now and the PS4 launching, your 12 months will get you 15 months. They're going to
They've done
tack
that
on.
earlier this year as well. Though they do that all the time.
Just saying, they're doing it again. Everybody's getting on my case for everything. They're just.
I'm
sorry.
not.
They're doing it.
And
I
that
don't know.
makes you look like a fool. No, I'm just kidding.
Yo, pit of the fool.
It's just this kind of a week.
Free 2 weeks. And 15 unannounced games were shown. I don't want to list those 15 because I'm doing something very similar like I did with the Xbox one, where I'm just going to list off. Or actually, here's the games that got shown. I don't have the launch lineups right now, but the games that got shown. Should I break any of them down? The other ones were self-explanatory.
just-
A lot of these are titles you're never going to hear of.
Let him go.
I can
look
let
at
you
him
know.
online.
Okay, there's Big Fest.
Sweet.
It actually looks cool. The Binding of Isaac is coming to the Vitas.
New one.
Borderlands 2, like
It's
we
a
said
new
earlier.
Binding of Isaac.
Everybody's Gone to the Rapture, which is the standout of the show, if you ask me. Fez, Guns of Icarus, Helldivers, Hotline Miami 2, which is a PlayStation. What's it called? Oh, all these games are coming first to PlayStation before they even go to PC. Little Big Planet Hub, or HUD.
It's a
Where-
hub. It's
Yeah.
a hub.
Minecraft, Murasaki Baby, which looks like the coolest Vita game that's coming out soon. N++,
No, N++ is coming back.
Resogun.
Well, N++. Is what it was.
No, this is the sequel.
Yeah, well, that's what I
PlayStation's
mean.
getting the rights to the
Yeah,
sequel.
yeah.
Rhyme, Rogue Legacy, Shadow of the Beast, Velocity 2X, Volume, and War Thunder.
War Thunder.
Thunder, excuse me. The other ones I will pull up momentarily, but the biggest news that came out
You already got it?
from wrong page.
He's got it.
Is this day one?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll list those off in a second. The biggest thing that came out, they closed the conference off with it basically, is we finally have a release date for the PS4. North America is coming out on the 15th of November. Europe is getting it on the 29th of November. And Japan doesn't have a fucking release date yet. But we're assuming that's going to come at,
November
Tokyo
14th.
Game Show.
yeah.
It's November 14th.
Konnichiwa, bitches.
So then I'm just going to list these games off real quick. I got 2 or 3 things to close out the show and we're good, yeah?
Yeah.
All right. Are you sure this is confirmed day one?
Yeah.
Ass Creed 4, Battlefield 4, Call of Duty Ghosts, Contrast,
I
which
don't
I haven't
know
even
what it
heard
is.
of.
That's
Decent game.
platformer.
DC Universe Online, which is going to be an even better resolution now, Drive Club, FIFA 14, Just Dance 14, Killzone Shadowfall, Knack, Lego Marvel Superheroes, Madden 25, Minecraft, NBA 2K14, NBA Live 14, Need for Speed Rivals, The Playroom, Resogun,
Pre-installed.
Skylander Swap Force, Tiny Brains, Warframe, War Thunder, Watch Dogs. Pretty impressive on both ends.
Yes. Yes.
All right. I don't really want to have grades or anything because I think I'm the only one who actually watched these, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
I was just checking IGN every 30 seconds.
Yeah. So what's going on with Sony opting out from like announcing?
October.
Do we think they're just waiting for TGS?
When
Do we
is
think
is TGS next month? Or?
Tokyo? Oh, you know what? I thought you said what is it? I don't know. I don't have Tokyo Game Show memorized because usually it's
I
stuff
don't
that I have
either.
no
I believe
interest
it's
in.
beginning I think it's September.
So maybe they're going to
I
wait
might
for
be
that,
wrong,
but you guys think it has anything to do with the very dominant handheld market? Because it's clear that they wanted to get out in North America before Black Friday. But Black
Well,
Friday, of
until
course,
September.
Yep. There you go.
Black Friday, of course, is a like it got invented because of Thanksgiving, which is an American holiday, so nobody else cares. They obviously wanted to beat that for North America. Plus, North America is the biggest market. You want to get it here first. That never used to be the case, but even the Wii U launched here before anyone else. These are Japanese companies that are giving us the stuff first because it's the biggest market. This is just happening now. Vita came out the same day, I think, as it's like the first generation that's doing that. So Europe doesn't have a Black Friday. They don't care. You just wanted to beat Christmas out there. So you got it before the 29th. Most of Japan doesn't even really celebrate Christmas. They're a different religion. They're
Well, yeah, Buddhism, Shintoism, and nothing.
I was gonna say Shinto, yeah. But so they don't even give a shit about Christmas out there. So there's really no date that they have to be out before. But you still, as Sony as a Japanese company, you think you'd want to give your fellow countrymen at least sort of the first crack at something. But I think it has a big reflection on the handheld market. The consoles there are still selling, but nothing close to what the handhelds would do. Everything's on the go. Arcades are still big there, where you don't have to buy your own $500 machine. You just go spend $5 the day you want to play some games.
I don't necessarily disagree, but I also think that you brought up a very valid point, considering that North America hadn't had a release date yet. They gave us North America and Europe, and not a lot of people care about Tokyo Game Show. So this draws a
There's
little
not
bit
much
more
left
interest.
to show off.
But
After,
but now there's a reason to tune in
for
to
the
find out what the Japan.
Japanese.
See, I disagree. I think there's going to be a lot of games that we don't care about that are going to get announced that they don't bother with at E3 because they're not going to
They might not
market.
even import
They're not going to market those truly hardcore Japanese style games.
Like Love
next
Plus.
Atlas game.
They're
or
just
something.
not. They're not even going to market them
Singing
toward
idol
us.
game.
They can't afford time at E3 on stage, so on and so forth. The same reason stuff like Red Dead Redemption probably doesn't do real well in Japan because it's just different cultures. So
I
they're
don't
going
get
to
these cowboys.
they're going to spend their time showcasing games geared more toward them. So I think there's going to be a lot of new games.
John Marston
Just
with a
not
samurai
shit.
sword.
Just not shit that we care about.
Yeah, that's very possible.
So,
Everybody in Japan secretly knows they're just not saying anything.
Oh, been out 6 months.
So he just sent everyone a letter like, "Don't tell the fucking Americans."
we have all this cool shit coming out. Aside from that, I wanted to just do some guesses on Xbox. And what are you doing? Oh, and then we'll hop into some final thoughts. We're gonna concentrate on North America here.
North America release dates.
Yeah, which is the 15th in North America. Just to reiterate, I'm off by 2 weeks. I really thought it was coming out the same day as Assassin's Creed 4,
29th
which is
of
29th of October. And then my guess was to complement that, the Xbox One was going to side with Activision and come out the 6th or 5th of November, Call of Duty Day. Now we find out that they're coming out the 15th in North America, which is nothing. It's just the day.
It's Watch Dogs Day.
Is it?
Yeah,
Okay.
I believe so.
So-
I'll be off by a day or two. I don't remember.
Where does this leave Xbox, you guys?
I was my original thoughts was the first or second week was gonna be a release date for PS3, and then Xbox was gonna fall into probably the third week of November or so. But with my redoing of my assumptions, I really think you're gonna have a same week launch.
Same day?
Same week.
Oh, because I think the same day would be disastrous.
That's what I'm saying. Same week.
You want your own day. It almost hurt yourself more to be like, well, fuck you, Sony. We're going heads up with you because Sony went first. Like,
No, it's
I think that would be detrimental to both companies.
Watch Dogs is
it's your day. Like, this is Xbox Day, not this is Xbox and PS4 Day.
That's what I was saying. Like, if they're doing like same week, because like as you were saying, everything is starting to match up this generation with coming out on top of each other almost. I really think I'm looking at the calendar right now. I'd almost say if they're like, does consoles usually launch on a Friday, or is there any?
I don't think there's any specific
There's
day.
not a day.
No.
All right.
What is the 15th anyway?
It's a
Friday. We're gonna go. You know what? Just this will be my prediction to remember forever. The 15th will be Xbox's launch day.
Same day.
I'm gonna say same day.
I think it's possible that Microsoft will launch before the PlayStation, but
That's
only
a
for the very first reserves, those day one editions, and then nothing else.
I don't think there'll be any extra copies you have to find anywhere.
Yeah.
At least the day ones.
I think with them cutting back on the markets that they originally
They're
announced,
reallocating. Yeah.
they're reallocating to us
Demand.
to beat Sony.
to beat Sony. They're going to come out November 5th. November 5th. It gives them a full week and like 3 days. Okay, and the slogan's going to be get it on Xbox first. Okay, because you'll be able to get your Assassin's Creeds and all that shit.
That's a good point.
A whole week before you can get it on your PlayStation.
This is exactly almost word for word where I was going with this. I don't know about the 5th. I was thinking the Sunday before that. What is that, the 3rd? Just to not conflict with, but for the exact same reasoning.
Yeah.
So you'll already have it home, you'll have your day one update, and a day later you can go buy COD for your fucking Xbox One. You're all set up. There's no need to update anything. Everything's all linked up. You spent that day getting to know your new Xbox, and now you can play Call of Duty right away.
Yeah, but just I agree, but just think about how amazing it would be for those people to walk out of that store with their brand new Xbox Ones and Call of Duty on it and be the first on.
Can you imagine if
Xbox?
The only
Xbox-
reason I wouldn't say that's not going to happen is because of the trade-in program, though. I think, yes, that I don't know how long it's going to go for, but I think that is more geared to the people who are going to pick up Call of Duty on the 5th, and then next week the Xbox comes out.
I don't necessarily, but I think they had to list Call of Duty on there because they weren't sure.
I
Well,
think
don't forget,
Oh, I'm
not
pretty
everyone's
sure
going to
they
get it
know.
on the 15th. This is something that could extend outward for people who get it for Christmas.
That's exactly what I was
That's
going
what
to
I'm
get
saying.
at.
I don't know how long the program's
like
working for.
people who did it pre-order these are shit out of luck. Even if you decide you wanted one now, these are still 2 months away.
Yeah.
You're not getting your PS4 on November 15th anymore.
Right, you're going to be lucky if you get it in November at all.
or more
Or
than likely
2013.
December or January by
Yeah.
the time the second and third batches come around, and that's who I think the trade-in program's for. It's like, well, I still have one of these ordered. I can't get it yet. I don't want to miss 3 months of leveling up in Call of Duty.
I agree.
That's why I think this trade-in program has
That's
been
why,
set.
like,
Or
once
what
I
if-
find
what
out
if you have a
dates
li-
of how long it's going to be, if that's
Think-
only for the first month or something.
No,
Think of all the kids. Think of all the kids that.
That's what I mean, just
Maybe
don't know yet.
maybe their parents are picking it up on November 15th.
and not giving it to the kid for a month
Till
or two.
Christmas.
Yeah.
Like, think of all the 12-year-olds who have a February birthday or a January birthday who aren't working yet.
I think that trade-up program will run
6 months maybe.
Well, I
Maybe even
don't
longer.
think that long personally. I because by
Maybe
then
3 might be the
the
max.
trade-in value tends to drop at that point.
That's true.
But GameStop's always had, personally, a return policy of January 15th. I think
During the
it'll-
holiday season.
I think it'll run like coincide with that.
You.
So I mean, that would basically give you 2 months.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
It makes sense though.
It
Sounds
does
good,
make
doesn't
sense.
it?
It does make sense.
I would
That's
go
the
with
end
saying
of the holiday.
I'd say that program will run maybe 6 weeks. That's what I'm going to go with.
I think it's going to go
No,
away.
it's not
I
gonna-
really, I honest to
We'll see.
God, think you're looking more like the 6th to 8th month.
I'm just
Three-
going off
three-
of
3
GameStop's
months.
promos
I think
since
they're
they've
gonna-
really gone.
I think they're going to cut that off like
That's what I mean.
a year from now, like July or August of 2000.
Well, and the thing is, they can add more titles to the program and say we're phasing out these titles, but we're adding these titles. Or they could say, or it's going to go up to $10 to $20 after this point or something like that. They could mess
point.
with the program. The program could change.
It's not set in stone.
Yeah.
I was just going with a GameStop's like any of their promos like go 6 weeks is like their max.
Yeah, that's true.
That's like the longest any of their promos.
But
could
it's
go.
not- I'm not
except
GameStop.
that, except
They
that
were-
return policy.
Okay,
Yeah,
I'm-
they
I'm-
working in conjunction
Yeah.
with.
I'm
That's
going-
a return policy. This is
Yeah.
a trade-in though.
I'm
which
going
is-
yeah.
bigger than GameStop though when
Yeah.
I'm saying this 6 or 8 month. GameStop started this, yes,
The
but
other
like
companies
there's
are doing
4
it, yeah.
different people doing
Amazon's
it.
doing stuff.
I meant
and-
that is
yeah.
going. Yeah, Amazon, Sony's doing it. Like this, Xbox, I'm sure will come up with their own version now that Sony has.
Unless there was a timed program release from Sony.
Sony said
or
that
Xbox, I mean.
Sony said you have time.
Xbox set up
They
with
made a
GameStop
point
and
of
they
it.
told
It's not-
Amazon saying that you can announce it until 2 weeks after.
Oh, okay.
If that's even a thing, I'm just spitballing
It
ideas.
could be. You don't fucking know.
Yeah, I mean, it would make sense to give that to GameStop if it was like a timed promotional, announcement kind of thing.
Oh, and a quick note: out of those titles I listed, not the day one stuff, the ones that I listed that got announced at Gamescom, virtually every single one of them is. Most of these are actually Vita games, and a majority of them are both Vita and PS4 games. Sony came out. Fuck, I probably should have wrote this down. 130
For year one, right?
titles
No, in development, right?
are in development
Yeah,
for the
yeah, that's
PS4 as we sit. 130 or 180.
That's including indies, though, right?
So Sony
games-
has
games are
Sony has
games, man.
over 100 titles in development.
Yeah, very good. Very, very well said, sir. Let's wrap it up and get out of here. It's getting late. We recorded
is.
really late today. It's like fucking 11.
10:30.
All right. Final thoughts on Gamescom 2013.
Thanks for release dates.
Thanks for release dates.
Yeah.
Well, what dates?
That's about all.
I got one release date.
Mhm.
I didn't need to pluralize it.
No final
That was the whole point
no.
of the entire conference for me.
No.
Yeah, I don't
I've
think
said-
there's much
I've said
more.
what I've
I mean,
had to
I
say.
think Europe got their FIFA, and that's really interesting. Let's see if they match that for the other.
Microsoft is going to give Call of Duty in North America.
Yeah, right.
Oh,
You know,
no
I was
way.
actually going to bring that up, but then somebody said something and it threw me off. I was just going to bring that up. Imagine if Call of Duty was their pack-in, but not free. Like, say
bundle?
Microsoft, what's the word, monetize? Like, half. Like they do with cell phones. Be like,
Subsidized.
subsidized. There it is. Get the Xbox One and pick up COD brand new for $30 on your Xbox One. And that's the present for North America.
I could see something like that happening.
Or buy it on Xbox One and we'll throw in a year of the DLC.
Or you're the DLC, or day one edition discounted for X number of games.
Could be. For me, I
Digital versions.
I have more to say than these guys, I suppose. I think Xbox didn't do much, but the couple things that I care about, I'm glad they announced. The Fables game looks all right. So I'm I'm way more excited about the PS4 and the future of the PS4 than I am about the Xbox One. But I'm pretty stoked about my Xbox One too. I'm looking really forward to it. I think it's going to be very similar to what I do now, where I utilize them both pretty much on a daily basis. But they'll just be the better versions of what we have now. So, with PlayStation, I'm just excited about the games. They didn't come out and say much about anything else, but they already said everything. The Vita's been out for a year, and the PS4, they pretty much explained it. The only things that's missing is the big question mark that is Gaikai, and they did not address that. The amount of stuff that's coming to the Vita is staggering at this point. I'm super excited about that. And special mention of about 5 of these games in particular really, really have me excited. And I can't wait. So, aside from that, I guess that's it. Anybody else got anything else to hang on? All right. This has been episode 81, part 2. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Catch us next week, same time, same place.
Negative